It's a high octane.
You want to see speed?
Havoc wreaking.
Boom, just nails it.
Adrenaline-fueled thrill ride.
Rallycross racing is all about.
A full weekend of Red Bull Global Rallycross action continues tomorrow, 5 Eastern on NBC.
Manchester City, Chelsea, the two favourites for the Premier League title.
Extraordinary.
Man City, Chelsea, tomorrow 10:30 Eastern on NBCSN.
Welcome back, everyone, to Red Bull Global Rallycross Los Angeles. You're watching Kirby Chambliss, the Red Bull pilot. He's getting ready for Red Bull Air Race in Las Vegas coming up October 10th and 11th. Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Absolutely unbelievable what this guy is doing. Well, now let's go down to the pits with Kristen Kenny, who's found SoCal local Brent Rivera, one of the most popular guys on Vine.
Thanks, Tess. Brent, this is your first time out here at this event. It's got to be exciting and some great Vine content, right?
So much great Vine content. I can't even believe what I'm seeing right now. I've never been to one of these, and I actually just got my license, so hopefully I'll be driving like this soon.
Ooh, I like that. All right, well, you can check us out. Hashtag GRC Live at Red Bull GRC. And what's your Vine?
Brent Rivera.
You guys got that? We can't wait to see it on Vine. And Tess, I think we can learn a thing or two about this guy.
Thanks, Kristen. Well, it's amazing what they can do with just 6 seconds of video. And talking about time just ran out for Nelson Piquet Jr. I mean, look how dejected this guy is.
And that's him talking with his owner, James Sully Sullivan, the owner of SH Racing. And they start off on the wrong foot, and they never recovered. Opening the door big time for this guy.
Huge, because what this means, by my bad calculations, is if Ken Block wins this final, he will actually be 10 points ahead of Nelson Piquet Jr. and how things can change so quickly. Well, we just had our GRC Lights final go by, and Kevin Eriksson won the race over Mitchell de Jong. It's his second win in Lights this year. He remains second in points behind Mitchell de Jong.
Red Bull 1, 2, 3 with Kevin Hansen, his first race stateside.
So a great GRC Lights race here in Los Angeles. So now getting ready for our supercar final, the Royal Purple starting grid, and look at the two guys of the three that are on the front line there.
The guys, either one, I mean, Speed would be probably a couple points behind Piquet if he wins, but Block would be in front. So needless to say, that huge gap is going to, well, we'll have to see what happens.
And in the middle of the second row, Johnny Weeman also in contention for the title. So the championship runners are in the first two rows. Nelson Piquet is sitting this one out and watching from his pit. That has got to be just tragic for him. We're seeing that VW Beetle on the far side, the yellow number 34 of Tanner Faust. The Beetle made his debut here, and it's actually been looking pretty racy.
Yeah, it started off with a win in its first heat race, very first time in competitive action. And then here all alone in row 4 is Austin Dine. Now, first time we've seen this many cars charge into that funnel of turn 2.
And Dine might not be in a bad position just to squeeze through when others make the mistake. Ken Block, though, he has everything to gain here. He could go 10 points ahead coming out of this. Remember, it's a doubleheader this weekend. We got racing today. We also have racing again tomorrow, so be sure to tune in and watch Sunday. But here we go. Red goes out when the green comes on. We are racing in Los Angeles. Who gets the start? Looks like Scott Speed got a good jump.
Sits up the inside. He's got a fender on Block.
Oh, and somehow...
Four wide.
How did Ken Block get out of that?
The way they get out of it is they just keep their foot in it, and the front wheels pull them out. I think Isaacson has a failure.
600 horsepower driven on those four wheels, and Ken Block somehow got through. Look at that. Tanner Faust brings the VW Beetle through to 4th, but so far Scott Speed leading it out.
Wow. Top 3 guys all heading for the Joker. A little surprised by that.
And again, I think they just want to try and get as clear as possible of this traffic because, you know, Speed, Weeman, and Block, they are the 3 drivers in contention for the championship. So there you have Speed, Weeman, Block. They all want to get the win here.
Well, but I think what they're doing, I think they're, by all taking the Joker at the same time, and as difficult as this pass, they're kind of saying, big picture, listen, with Piquet Jr. on the sidelines, I want first, second, or third place points because they're all thinking points right now. And look at Tanner Faust all the way up from the 3rd row into 4th.
And speaking of sidelines, as they came over the jump, you can see the blue and white Subaru of Sverre Isaacson. He is off. Reese Millen took the joker there, and I don't think he got the result he was looking for. But looking back here from Scott Speed's onboard, the VW Polo. This Polo is actually Tanner Faust's machine. The guys had to put this car together and get him on the start line, and what a phenomenal job they did.
And now we have all the front guys, all the front 5 cars have all used the joker. And so any change in position have to happen on track. Now it's road courses, if you will. Looking back, you see how close it is, but Speed's not going to make it easy on him, and this track being so narrow in one line, it'll be interesting if he gets close, if he risks it by risks of contact for that win. It would be his first win. Johnny Weeman still winless this year.
Coming over the jump, and the top 4 all still pretty close. Ken Block in third, but he's being chased down by Tanner Faust. Weeman's trying to figure out how he can hook onto the back end of Speed's Polo and just reel him in a little bit and try and get past him. Meanwhile, Block still, even in third, is in a good position here in the points chase. So this is going to mix things up incredibly in just one day how it changes from Nelson Piquet Jr. on top.
So you have 4 guys almost right on top of each other heading into the second half of the well. If they finish like this.
If they finish like this. And we know in Red Bull Global Rallycross, lap by lap, your world changes. Just ask Nelson Piquet Jr. And again, this is a doubleheader weekend, so we're racing today, Saturday, and again on NBC tomorrow. You can watch the Sunday race of this doubleheader, which I think now is going to be really interesting.
You saw from the lap times, it looks like Speed is inching away on that last lap, 3/10 quicker than Weeman. Tanner Faust trying to get back up on the back bumper, the dangling back bumper of that monster Ford.
And obviously, Tanner Faust would love to get that Beetle up on the podium in its first time out, but he's dragging a little bit of body panel too, and Block just can't seem to make up the gap, but you can see a lot of smoke coming now from Faust's car, and I think that is just tire rub.
But it's enough.
Oh, no. Tanner Faust pulling off. He looked so good. He was chasing down Ken Block, and he just couldn't hold it together for the whole of the race. So Faust retires here in the first time out for the VW Beetle, but meanwhile, his other car, now being driven by Scott Speed, is coming to the white flag to signal 1 lap to go in our final here in LA.
And momentum being so important. Scott Speed came out of the start of the year gangbusters, winning the first 2 rounds, and has not been on the podium since. So a great way to break that streak.
An absolutely horrible streak for him, you know, coming into this, a 9th, a 5th, and a 10th after winning the first 2 events of the year. But it looks now like it's all paid off. It's pulling back together for Scott Speed. He's just got a couple of turns left to go over the jump. 2 right-handers, and he will take the checkered flag. That's what he was looking for. Scott Speed wins in Los Angeles. A great victory for him. Johnny Weeman coming in second. Ken Block comes in third to fill out that podium.
You see some of the body parts shed by some of the cars a little further back. And that failure in the Beetle, not entirely unexpected, but that's why Speed ran the proven Polo.
Speed wins in LA, and we'll check in with him when we come back to Los Angeles.